So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Habtoor Polo Resort and Club. For our Polo Line viewers, and all of you here, of course, at Habtoor Polo Resort and Club in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, for our second match this afternoon, our third day of play in the Silver Cup 2024. And this match is between Habtoor and the UAE. After a really exciting last game, an absolute nail-biter. We're being viewed from all over the world. And a quick shout-out, hopefully she's watching again. And that's Elizabeth Lanui from Hawaii. Very early in the morning there, I believe it is. I think you're on that side of the timeline. And so the two teams out there on the field here at the moment. We do have a substitute cause for the injured Bautista Vejaga. Wishing him the quickest recovery, of course, for his elbow. And he has been substituted by Benja Penelo, who played in that last match and played a storming match indeed. Habtoor, of course, will be hoping he hasn't worn himself out too much before this second game. They start off with a half-goal start, as he is one goal less than Bautista Vejaga. Please do get in touch with us on Facebook. I can shout out very easily and quickly for you on Facebook, hopefully. And let us know where you're tuning in from. A lovely crowd here at Habtoor. We go back here now to the middle of the field where the two teams congratulate, thank each other, not congratulate, say good day, best of luck, and thank each other. Out there, Fede von Potocki in sight, in camera line, and in the background, just dismounting his Penelo, just adjusting his stirrups. Getting onto strange horses here, so it's a test of the man, but he's a great horseman. And let's see how he gets on with these ponies of Bautista's, and I'm sure he'll get on incredibly well. So I'll have the two teams lining up here now, and then we'll have a formal presentation before we get this match underway. There we have Martin Pedersen. Thank you very much indeed from IFSA, with some of his lovely guests down there below us, watching the polo here today. We've had one amazing game straight off. As Elizabeth Lanui turned around and said, a great game, and a great game it certainly was between the Wolves and Bangash. And let's us see now what UAE and Habtoor have to offer, and I'm sure it will not disappoint, as the umpires on the field just call the two teams up. And the umpires out there on the field are Jason Dixon and Matthias Paveni, with a third man being Peter Wright. Another great view of the crowd if you're watching on Polo Line. And so we'll just get the two teams lined up here now. On either side there of the umpires. And of course, ladies first, and our visitors, it'll be playing for the UAE at number 1. It is Her Highness Sheikha Matha bint Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Great patron of UAE polo all over the world, flying the flag for the UAE. And Dubai, playing at number 2 on 5 goals, it's Federico von Potocki from the Argentine, dodgeably of Hungarian descent. At number 3, it is the son of Lucas Monteverde, it is Luquin Monteverde on 7 goals. And at number 4, continuing the lineage of the Beresford in polo, it is Tommy Beresford on 8 goals. And playing at number 1 for Habtoor, it is Mohammed bin Khalaf Al Habtoor. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Playing at number 2 from the Argentine, a great young talent of the future and of today, it is Jose Raja. And playing at number 3, that familiar man himself, it is Benjamin Penelo. on 7 goals. And it's 7 goals at the back door. He's been playing 3 years, third year here now for Habtoor. The perfect gentleman himself. It is Juan Jauretche. And half a goal start. On handicap it is to Habtoor, as you already see up there on the board. Thank you very much indeed to Mr. Sullivan. And the two teams go over to the far side of the field to get this match underway. 5 chuckers it'll be. The two teams just putting the final warm-up onto their horses here now, looking to get this match underway. These games are crucial on Wednesday. We have our semi-finals, and our main finals will be on next Saturday. Get yourself booked in for the IFSA, or if you're invited to IFSA, or get yourself booked in for a fabulous brunch here at Al Habtoor. Or, of course, there will be the Silver Lounge on the far side of the field from where they're throwing the ball in, plus picnic gazebos, all available for booking. So the two teams lining up here now. Bowls that ball into play, front of the line out, it gets stopped, gets caught in the middle, looking for that one there is Podolski. Podolski leaves it now for Lukin Monteverde. Lukin being shadowed there by Araja. Lukin wanting to get a move on here now, gets the man to take him out of the play, so Lukin comes forward once more, opens that shoulder and drives that one in, looking to send that one up there for Podolski. Podolski checks up, tries to pick it up on the near side, does so, gets caught out in front of him though was Pinello. We get a whistle on the play. Pinello going, what's going on here now? But you got to watch out for that Podolski. Checks up and comes forward and gets onto that line, establishing himself on it on the near side and gets blocked as he tries to go forward. And we have the first penalty here now, and it is in favour of the UAE, and it's dropped down for a penalty to a 30-yard penalty here now, in favour of the UAE, to be taken by Tommy Beresford. The 30-yard penalty to Beresford. Takes the practice swing, comes round, looking to relax that arm, hopefully not too tight. Starting off nicely with a 30-yard penalty. Canters up to this one here now. Pony coming in beautifully. He strikes, he shoots, the flags aloft, the umpires agree, and there it is. First goal on the board there for Tommy Beresford and the UAE. 1 goal it is to the UAE, half a goal and handicap for Habtoor. So back to the middle of the field on the far side, and we can see for our Polo Line viewers the Monteverde family. And we go back to the drone here now. Over to the far side of the field, the umpire to get this ball bowled back into play. Ball bowled into play off the front of the line out. Mohammed comes away, that gets hooked off out of that one there. Beresford couldn't get the backhand in. Lukin reaches back, trying to pick that one up, but it looks like it's going to be Jauretche to come away with the spoils. Jauretche goes forward here now. Lukin hunting him down, but the backhand comes in there by Beresford. It flicks off out, and it's going to be Pinello to fizz that one up forward out the front door. Looking there for Araja, picks it up near side, tries to go again on the near side, couldn't, but in comes Podolski. Podolski comes round onto that one there in front of Jauretche, and we get a whistle on the play. It's all going to be a little bit tight and a bit tense this first chukker, I do believe. Whilst they work each other out, and then they'll try and get this ball moved around the field nicely if they can. And the umpire's now moving this one up here, what looks like a penalty in favour of Habtoor. But this time it's from the 60-yard line. Pinello. According to the other umpire, just to check the balls here now, Jason Dixon gives him a choice of balls to tee up. So Pinello, from the 60-yard line though, looking to open up the account for Habtoor. Pinello comes up, strikes that one beautifully, and straight through it is. You see every time that front right foot's on the ground as he strikes that ball. Beautifully executed penalty there by Benja Pinello. You can see on the drone, just comes up to that one nicely. And puts that one through, so it's back to the middle here now. It is 1.5 to Habtoor, 1 to UAE here in chukker number 1. Ball into play off in the middle of the line out. Looking to come out with that on the near side. Jose sends that one up there, but it shows too much of it. Lukin sends the backhand. First onto it's going to be Polo. Beresford goes back with him. Polo opens up that backhand once again. Who gets round onto this first? It looks like it is going to be Lukin Monteverde. Monteverde takes it round, comes away from it. Beresford looking to try and give him a little bit of comfort and space. Yields off it now, does Lukin, and leaves it for Beresford. Beresford turns there inside of Polo and sends that one out there for Shaker Mather. Mather up onto the play here now. Gets a nice driving shot up the field. Mohammed going back to put the pressure on. Checks up, straightens himself up. Looks to send this one in towards the middle of the field. She tries to do so. It is now going to be a little backhand by Polo for Harechi. Polo goes up the middle of the field looking for a pass if he can, but Lukin's just closing him down a little bit here now. Yields off, leaves it now for Araja. Araja goes under the neck here this time. As you see, Penelo's got himself into some space, knowing where each other is on the team. Halreche goes forward, flicks that one in towards the middle of the field, but it's going to be picked up here now by Von Potolski. Fede checks up on the play. No, there he goes with the shot, calls off, leaves it now for Beresford. Beresford straightens himself up towards goal and sends the bomb up the field for the front door. Takes the man, does Lukin, pushes him wide. Lukin comes back onto the play, comes in behind Jose. Looks to try and center this one in. He's got time coming up and he goes in and sends that one in. Lovely play there by Lukin. Monteverde, you see him take the man, pushes him wide, goes back over to the ball. Doesn't go for a reaction shot, just takes his time. Realises he's got space, probably got a little bit of confidence there as Beresford gives him a bit of guidance probably as he goes in towards it, saying no need to rush. And there it is. Through the goal it is now for 2 goals for the UAE, 1.5 to Habtoor. So back to the middle of the field it'll be. Dixon bowls that ball into play, just arriving possibly in time is Polo, but first coming over with his Beresford. Beresford onto the play. Beresford tries to avoid the hook there from Haureche, does so, goes with the next shot here this time, couldn't quite connect with it as much as he'd like to have done so, and Haureche pitches it up and brings it round the corner here, takes it onto his near side as he puts Lukin in the pocket, back onto his near side once again. He's gone a little bit wide with it. Can he pick up the bouncing ball this time? And it's going to be Polo coming through at pace, flicks that one in towards the middle of the field. Who's first onto it? And it's a good backhand there by Potolski, turning defence into attack, trying to unleash Beresford, but first onto it is Araja. Gets spoilt in his play, but we get a whistle on that play. And it sounds like we've got a high hook coming in according to the third man as the umpires are talking to each other and the players opt to go and change ponies as they can. Probably a little bit difficult to see where a high hook is when Beresford's like 2 meters tall as he's looking about his shoulder or the person he's hooking. It has to be the person he's hooking. And he was hooking a quite obviously not quite so tall person as himself. And so players called. Haureche brings it into play. He's got Polo going forward. Oh, and he leaves that one behind, but he's got space and time, but he's going to be hunted down here by Potolski. He has Polo back on the field with Araja. Yields off it, leaves it Polo, goes up forward with it. An opportunity gone a begging there as he goes with the driving shot and drills that one in towards the goal there. Does Polo. Oh, and it just goes wide. He must have been 140, 150 yards off the goals, and he goes for it and just goes wide. So the ball's placed down on the back line. Beresford taps it forward. We have the discretion of 3 changes here this match, it looks like, as we did last match, as Beresford sends that bomb up the field, and it's going to come down just short of the halfway line for Lukin. Lukin goes with the first-time players. He's got Potolski up the middle of the field. Potolski going the short way, and he has Polo coming back with him, but unfortunately leaves that one for Polo. Polo has to reach out and take it round. Comes away there from Monteverde. Polo. He's got Potolski coming back to him, goes with the ride-off, sends the backhand out into neutral play, but it's well picked up there by Araja. Araja up on the move here now. Checks up, he knows he's got Beresford, and he also has Potolski sitting deep as well. A little bit of a change of plan possibly in the game plan. Yields off and leaves it now here for Polo. Polo on the play. Polo coming forward up there to Lukin. He tries to go with a big bomb and he goes up and down goes the ball, and it leaves it there for Beresford, who picks it up and coming in behind is Lukin, but leaves it in turn there for Polo. Quickly covers that ground, checks up the players. Potolski comes to him, brings that ball away from him, goes onto his near side and yields off and leaves it for Haureche, who gets met there by Lukin. Comes forward up onto the play, does Lukin. Lukin picks it up as the ball goes into Lukin's pony. He's able to go and pick that one up nicely, sends that one, cuts it wide, keeps the ball moving for Potolski. Potolski just checks up on the play to settle things down as the ball settles, going back with him. Those Polo pushing him wider. Goes in with a straightening shot here, does Potolski. Potolski tries to come onto it, can't do so. Try to leave it for Lukin, but he's pushed off out of it nicely there by Haureche. First round onto this one here. Mohammed gets called off that one there in case he fouled, but it comes in Beresford. The backhand comes in by Araja back out towards the side once more, and it's going to be Pinello to slip there in between the two players. He's got Potowski in front and he's got Lukin in behind. Lukin opts to go there with Haureche, but it's going to be Beresford to pick it up here now. Beresford turns, gets hooked off out of it beautifully there by Mohammed, but in comes May to try and help her out, but it's going to be Beresford back round onto this one once more to bring it in towards the middle of the field. Oh, it's fast and furious. There's no breath. Nobody gets a chance to breathe out here this afternoon, and Beresford sets sail up the field trying to get to him there and get on the other side. It's going to be Haureche to make the hook, but waiting for him is Haraja. He fizzes that one forward and he's looking there for Lukin, and the ball drops down nicely in front of Lukin. Lukin comes in with one more tap and through the goal. It is a beautifully hard work goal there by UAE, taking the score now. 3 goals it is to the UAE, 1.5 to Habtoor at the end of chukker number 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, the two teams will leave the field of play to quickly change ponies, and that there, as I said, will end chukker number 1, and a good view for us on Polo line. The score 3 to 1.5 of Lukin Monteverde. Just being given some water there with Lucas, his father, in the background there. Previous 10 goal, of course. And we'll go to a few messages and adverts from Polo line. Looks for a little weighted pass there for Bautista. Bautista looks for that next shot and drills that one in. Through the goals it is for Bautista Beziga. See how quickly Haureche is in there behind. But he fizzes that one up forward there for Araja. Araja cuts that one through the goals, levelling up the scores here now. She's got Araja out there in front, fizzes it out into some open space there for Araja. Araja looking to run this one home, but he's got other ideas. It is Araja. One more tap will do, and it's Jose Araja. So welcome back here now to our Polo line viewers, to Habtoor Polo Touring Club for our second chukker. In our second match of the day, the Silver Cup, our third day of play. The two teams back out on the field. And the score at the moment is 3 goals to UAE after that great goal there by Lukin Monteverde, just finishing it off beautifully there. Good work, had to work very hard for it indeed. And ended up being able to finish that one off nicely, did Lukin. So, two teams starting to line up again here now from our Dixon to get this ball back into play once more. 4 more chukkers left to play it is. 5 chukker match here in the Silver Cup. 20 goal polo. So, finally come together here now. The ball gets bowled into play. In the middle line out, shoes off out the side. Who's first round onto it? It looks like it is Haureche. Haureche comes away with it here. Haureche, he has Lukin in front. He keeps his ball just short of him here, but keeps moving forward. Beresford goes up. They're back with Pinello, but Pinello's got the legs. Picks it up on the near side. Pinello, can he get there? The long reach there of Beresford just hooks him off out of it, and the ball goes wide. That reach, the man's 2 meters tall. You need to be at least 2 horses' length in front to be able to avoid it. He's on his near side, nice play, but you see the hook come in there by Beresford if you're watching on Polo line. So it brought back into play here by Beresford. Beresford, and he nearly gets that stolen off him there from Araja coming out the corner of his eye. He just managed to see him and get that ball moving forward. And Beresford keeps his ball travelling forward at this point in time. And Araja comes back to him. Lukeen comes back in behind. He flicks that one away there from Araja. But if Araja can come up with that play, Araja makes a turn, gets flicked off out of the air and hit backwards, but it gets stopped there by Haureche. Tries to beat Haureche on the play, and we get a whistle on that play. And we can just see on the replay there now what we have. You see it comes with it, flicked away there by Beresford. Beresford comes round back on his stick side as Haureche is trying to play out on his near side. Haureche dismounts as he feels his horse got clubbed in the legs a little bit as well. So we're just going back to the third mount to try and unpick that one there. If Beresford had the right to the play on the stick side, or if he might get a little bit of a naughty for accidentally striking the pony's legs, but let us see what the umpires decide. But all the same, you have Haureche goes back down the bottom end to change ponies. And Haureche just changes pony and mounts back up again. And the umpire's just getting a little bit of instruction from the third man here, from what he can see on the replay. So Habtoor looking for something further up. Beresford's meeting that ball stick side. Haureche is near side, but going in the direction of flow of play. Umpires having a long discussion on this one here because they do want to get it right. And the umpire's decision looks like it has been made. And this ball's going to be moved up to the halfway line for a midfield penalty in favour of the UAE, as they deem that Beresford has the right to make the play on his stick side. So the ball's dropped down here now on the halfway for Beresford. 150 yards to the goals. It's within his reach. Three goals to UAE, 1.5 Habtoor. Beresford on the play here now. Beresford gives that ball a ride, and it's coming out over the top, just a little bit towards the left. Potowski tries to get to it, but couldn't quite do so. And the next pair onto it. No, it just gets shutted out over the back line there by Polo. Tommy Beresford, the Irishman. Irishman, that is. Chileno-Irish, Irish-Chileno. From the Beresford, and of course... Oh, and in comes Haureche. Haureche takes it up forward. Oh, didn't quite get as much onto that light, but he's got enough time to be able to get back onto it. He yields off and leaves it in turn there for Polo. Polo up on the move here, up the middle of the field, at pace. Polo, as always, at pace, sends this ball up over the field. Mather going back there with Mohammed. Mohammed comes in onto that one, carries that a bit further forward and looks for a big shot here this time up the field. Can he get back onto it? It looks like it is going to be Mather. Mather thwarts the attack. The ball is stopped there, but look how quickly that man, Polo, comes round from a barnyard mile out. But Potowski's looking for something, and he flicks that one nicely under the neck there for Haureche, and look at that lovely linking play there between Polo and Haureche, just cutting that ball in through the middle of the goals, taking the score now. 2.5 goals this Habtoor, but it's still 3 goals up there for UAE. Do you see how Polo just shuts that pony down and gets round back onto that play? And in doing so, gave himself an opportunity and sees his man going out there on the left-hand side and flicks it up to Haureche, puts it away through the goals. Beautiful goal there for Habtoor, and the two teams line up and the ball back into play. Off the back of the line, out it comes. And it is going to be Polo onto that one first. Now, look who's out front. Look out, it's Araja. Beresford's coming back at him, but he's over the 60. Beresford trying to get to him, but Araja puts it away beautifully. That's what Araja's so great at. Off those line-outs when he knows his man at the back's got the ball, he goes straight up to number 1. Puts himself out in front and now takes a score. 3.5 to Habtoor it is. 3 goals to the UAE. Perfect example of anybody who's playing forward at the number 1 position or even at number 2, as you see there. If your man comes off the back of the line with it, get up forward for that pass. Be an option for him. And a number of times this tournament he's been there and his option's been good. And this time it's once again, it's Polo tries to come away with it. Haureche looks to try and come back onto it, but it looks like it is now going to be... It's Wąpatowski. Wąpatowski on his near side, back onto his stick side. Stick side, Patowski. Can he get the hook? Yes, he does get the hook in, but it's now Polo. Polo comes in, cuts that one out wide, and there's a plethora of red shirts coming onto it. And that man is once again, it is going to be Araja. He knows he's got Beresford there with him. He comes, turns, faces back up forward once again. On this little grey pony, comes forward again. He's being shut down on the boards. Polo comes in to give him a bit of a helping hand as he gets a little bit of rough and ready there from the Irishman, and he sends that one up forward there. Does Polo looking for Haureche, but it falls for Patowski, who makes a turn and faces back up towards his attacking goal once more. In behind comes Lukin. He yields off it and leaves it for Lukin, who fizzes that one straight over the top once more. Sends it out here now for Mather. Mather comes in, gets half hook, but keeps on going forward with the play, and it's now going to be Polo to come up onto it. Polo there with Beresford, and we get a whistle on the play. Beresford making a little bit of a gesticulation. It'd be interesting to see what's actually going on out there. It's just caught out of my eye. Out the corner of my eye, just happened to see it. Maybe he thought Polo just come in front of him on that occasion there, and let's see what the umpires unpick out of it. But in the meantime, a few of the players, whilst they get a little bit of a break, will quickly go and change ponies. So 2 teams coming back out on the field here now after a quick change of ponies. Back. Oh, hello. Mohammed's just had a quick dismount, but fortunately landed on his feet. As the ball's placed down on the 30-yard line for a penalty 2 in favour of UAE. Mohammed thankfully just gets back on board again. So just waiting for respective grooms and horses to get back into the safety zone in the corners. And then we'll get this underway. And umpire just checking Mohammed's all okay. And that's what's just causing the slight delay here now, which also gives Araja time to get back behind the line. 3.5 it is to Habtoor, 3 goals to UAE. And play gets called, so Beresford just circles round up onto the play here now. 2:51 on the clock it is. In chukker number 2, this 5-chukker match. Beresford taking a nice practice swing. Going to circle round up onto this one. Just pops his pony back on the correct leg again. Beresford strikes, shoots, flags aloft. Umpires certainly agree with that one there. Straight through the middle of the goal it is. For Tommy Beresford of the UAE, making it 4 goals to the UAE, 3.5 to Habtoor. Tick-tock, one way it's one way, the next way it's the other way. So, very close indeed after the first couple of days of play. This will be the 3rd game of play. Even though Penelo's just coming into this team, they're certainly starting to work each other out, and the umpire will just be looking for a little bit of a gap and no barginess going on in there. Innocently, Beresford just looking down and go, what do you mean the line? So just looking for that gap. Ball bowled into play. Out the back it comes. Who's first onto it? Yep, it's that man. And who's gone forward for it? Yes, it's Araja. Araja out in front. Avoids the hook from Patowski. Pushes it forward once more. Picks it, flicks it, flicks it. And there it is. It's Araja. What a beautiful textbook move there. Off the back of the line out for Araja. off. The magnificent neck shot there from Pinello. Through the goals it is for Araja. He's quick, he's sharp. You see, Ferry was onto him, but he was just a little bit too quick and away from it at that point in time. And there we are, back to 4.5 Habtoor, 4 goals UAE in the line-up, and the ball's back into play once more. Out it comes off the front, the line-out. Beresford under the neck. Who's there? Nobody. But set for Haureche. He's going to get a little bit of problem on that one there as you just go, oh, there's a bit of an issue there, and it's coming to pick up the spoils is Lukien. Lukien comes forward here now, up onto his near side, going towards the goal. Can he get to it? He gets pushed off out of that one there, and it gets shadowed out over the back line. Nicely there by Pinello. Ball on the back line. A little bit of confusion there between the players, between Pinello, Beresford and Haureche. And it is going to be Juan Haureche to bring it in here now for Habtoor. Off the back line he comes. Out there, looking to get that one. Up past Fede, does so. Up now for Pinello. There with Lukien. Pinello just going to turn the ball a little bit here, trying to get up forward on it. Leaves the ball instead there for Haureche. Plays with a one-time play, no messing around with it. Coming back onto it is Pinello. And it is stolen away from him there by Wąpatowski. Sells on the play. Gets forward, covers it, sends the backhand. Looking for Lukien in the middle of the field, but it's going to be first picked up here now by Haureche. Haureche turns. Lukien in front. He's got Pinello there with him. Goes to the play, comes off his mallet, and we get a whistle on the play. Let's see what the umpires decide on this one here now. Was he blocking? Did it come off his mallet or did it come off the horse? So the result of that one there is he had plenty of room to pass that one out towards what possibly looked like Pinello going across in front of him, and the ball's being dropped down here now for a spot penalty in favour of UAE. So the ball's dropped down here now for penalty 5 in favour of UAE for Beresford. Taps it. Brings it forward. Lukien coming in behind. Araja there with him. Leaves it now. Araja stays there with Lukien, but Lukien cuts away this time. Lukien looking to work his way through. Lukien looking to try and find a bit of magic here. He gets half stopped but keeps on going. Can he get back onto it? No, he can't. But it's now left here for Pinello. The backhand comes in, comes off the pony, and Pinello tries to have another little bit of that one there, and we get a whistle on the play as it looks like Wąpatowski's riding that line once more. Let us see where we come back. There's something going on behind the play rather than just on the ball. You see coming in onto that one there. The backhand comes in. And Pinello tries to come onto it, and was Wąpatowski on the line? Umpires agreeing that he possibly was. So the ball gets dropped down on the spot for a penalty 2, and they're taking it, looks like, from the spot of the UAE. 4 goals UAE, 4.5 Habtoor. And there it is. Lukien Monteverde. Lukien comes up to this one. He skies that one high and up over the top of the scoreboard. It is to take the score. 5 goals to the UAE. 4.5 to Habtoor. Oh, umpires having a quick discussion here now. Was it or was it not? But instead they've just, that's actually the hooter has gone, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end chucker number 3. My apology, chucker number 2. And at the end of chucker number 2, it's 4.5 goals to Habtoor, 5 goals to the UAE. And the players will leave the field of play to quickly go and change ponies. And for our viewers on Polo Line, we'll go to a few messages and adverts before we return for the third chucker.
Welcome to the finals day of the third Rishad Meal Alula Desert Polo. We started off with 8 teams, we're down to the last 2, and they'll be playing for this beautiful trophy.
So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers, to Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club, the two teams out in the field. And we're looking forward to getting chukker number 3 underway. With the score being UAE 5, 4.5 it is to Habtoor. There's just been a spot penalty there converted by Lukin, having a field goal and a nice penalty at the other end of the field. So we had a very close match in the previous match. It was actually Wolves who managed to get a couple of goals in the lead over Bangash. But after that, Bangash worked their way slowly into that match. But unfortunately, only went down by the half a goal. Great game of polo. Both teams going out and actually really playing some nice polo. Great to see. And so we have another cracking game out there in front of us here now between the UAE and Habtoor. Players just milling around a little bit still, and the umpire will just tell them to start to line up here now. And ball gets bowled into play, and out the back line out it comes. But Lukin comes up with this time, opens up a lovely backhand there. But it's going to be picked up here first by Haureche, pressurised by Beresford, sends it out. And you see first man onto that one there, coming in for the steal and does just about make it. And Beresford sends it a little bit further down the field, but it's going to be picked up here this time by Pinello. Pinello being protected there by Haureche from Von Potovsky. Von Potovsky, though, this time going there with Haureche, but Haureche's got the legs and Haureche's up on the move here now. Haureche cuts this one in towards the middle of the field. Haureche settles down over onto that play, but it's going to be Beresford to send the backhand, and back round first onto this one here is going to be Pinello. Pinello on this play. Pinello checks up, turns back, faces towards goal, just be met there by Beresford. Keeps coming forward, looks to see what his options are, but he's got a Raja in behind, and see what the umpire's call on that one there. Was there a player coming across the line in front of him, or was he playing that ball after he'd been told to use it? Let's see what they decide. That'll be a discussion between the umpires, and by the looks of it, we have the Habtoors moving back in defence here now. So evidently had been told to use it and didn't go enough with it, or he just fiddled and diddled with it too much, and we end up with a spot penalty here now in favour of the UAE for Tommy Beresford to bring back into play. Beresford taps it once, drives this one up the side here now, trying to get onto it, but there's enough space and time possibly for Pinello to come in, but Beresford picks it up, and it's going to be picked up here now by Potovsky, sends it up to Beresford once more. Beresford straightens himself up onto that one and puts it out into some open territory. Going back, he's got some pace, and it is going to be Haureche, goes with him, gets the hook, leaves it now for Pinello. Pinello picks it up, going back with him though. It is going to be coming up the inside line was Von Potovsky. Good backhand by him for Lukin to come onto. Lukin looks up towards the goal and fishes that one up forward here nicely there for Beresford. Beresford coming forward. It's his third chukker here for the UAE. Sends it in through the goal. A beautiful goal there. All the team having a crack at that one there. Lovely backhand there coming up the inside by Feri Von Potovsky for Lukin, and forwarding it up there nicely for Tommy Beresford. Taking the score now. 6 goals it is to the UAE, 4.5 to Habtoor. And Habtoor back to the middle of the field, as is UAE. A couple of changes going on. Haureche changed, and also Beresford changed on the free changes, and they're lining up here. The umpire to get this one bowled back in, but you're looking for a little bit of a gap there as Potovsky's trying to highlight that there. And this time it looks like a ball has been dropped down here now. The penalties come up. Enough warnings are being given. And so we have a penalty from the halfway in favour of the UAE. For Beresford, as Habtoor have to yield off this one once more. Actually, no, I think it was possibly wrong side of the line out. And there we go. The ball gets driven up there by Beresford up the front door, but there's nobody home. He's got enough legs on it. They might be able to shadow this one out over the back line, and no one's going to get to it in time, and over the back line it goes. So, ball placed down. 6 to 4.5 is the score, and Haureche to bring the ball back into play. Haureche taps this one forward. To be met there by Potovsky. Goes one way, cuts the other way. You see nice darting play there by Pinello, but he's being shadowed well by Beresford. Beresford there with him. Beresford keeps on going further back here this time, and it gives Pinello an opportunity to just keep moving this ball forward. He does, and possibly have Haureche being kept. Oh, and he just slips his man nicely there, but he goes off by himself. He has to go back to recover it once more. In comes, optimistically, in comes Potofsky. Potofsky tries to take it on the near side, and he fizzes this one up forward. Can he reach out on that near side and avoid the hook? And Pinello, and he does, but only to be met by Lukien, and the backhand comes in, sending it into attack once more. First round up onto this one here will be Mohammed. Mohammed yields off, leaves it now for the protected Haureche. Haureche looks to try and get away. He's going to have to move this one and get the man Potofsky to come out of it, and yields off it and leaves it now here, this time for Pinello, and he fizzes that one up forward, but he raises his head so he knows he's gone wide, and wide it is. 4.5 to Habtoor, 6 to UAE. So you see a quick little couple of changes going on here with some of the players. The ball's on the back line there. It'll be Beresford to bring it in. Play has been called, so they have to get a move on. So Beresford brings it in. Goes under the neck with that one there, looking for Potofsky. He finds Potofsky, but he's got to get his knitting and his mallet sorted out as well at the same time, but he's got a little bit of space and time, but now he's being covered there by Haureche. You see Lukien going back, and it's going to be Haureche to go back with him. Can he get the hook? No, he pushes that one nicely forward. Here does Lukien. Lukien goes a bit wide on that one there. Gets called off. It runs spoiling the play by Pinello. Does Haureche, and Pinello picks it up. He knows he's got that man there with him. Potofsky yields off and leaves it now for Haureche. They both come back onto the play, and it's now Haureche comes forward once again. This time he goes with the big driving shot and lofts the bomb up, looking there for Araja. But first onto it is going to be Beresford. Sends the backhand out towards the boards it goes, trying to get that one up for Lukien. Lukien gets hooked off out of it, but retains possession of the play by Haureche, and it's Lukien on it here once more. Now he goes forward. Drops the hammer now. Does Lukien. Lukien coming forward. Lukien coming across the face of goal. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. It's now going to be picked up by Pinello, who takes it away. Quick change of play there. Pinello coming forward. They've kept them hemmed in, have UAE, and he sends this one up a little further, but it looks like it is now going to be the backhand coming in by Lukien, setting it up here for Beresford. But first onto that one there is going to be Haureche. Sends a little flick shot, trying to get it up to Haureche from Araja, but coming onto it there was Beresford, but we get a whistle on the play. And so let's see there on the replay. Haureche is coming onto it and coming straight across the front. And it looks like we have this ball being moved up for a penalty in favour of Habtoor. And they're going a long distance, and they're going up for a 60-yard penalty, a penalty 4. A penalty 4 it'll be. It'll get teed up, and then it'll be Pinello to take it. And there'll be a couple of players quickly leaving the field to change. Haureche will come in and start teeing it up. Potofsky at the scoreboard end, quickly changing. They're all having to change here at the moment. It's fast, it's furious. This is really good polo here in this Silver Cup. Potofsky having to come from outside the field, of course. Umpire just removing a horseshoe, possibly from the field. So, just looking to tee this ball up, it is Pinello wanting this one here now. 4.5 to 6 is the score, and 2:11 on the clock here in chukker number 3. Looking at the previous stats, UAE have always been very strong in their third chukker. But Habtoor seems to be up to the mark of them so far here today, even though trailing by a goal and a half. Pinello. Comes up onto the play. Drives, he shoots, it's high, is it straight enough? Oh, the umpire's saying it's gone out to the left-hand side. Pinello thinks it's good. But the umpire behind the goalpost says nope, it has gone left. So the score remains the same, 4.5 to 6 it is, and it'll be Beresford to bring it in for UAE once more. Beresford coming up to the play. Still looking at the pony lines a little bit, but he keeps on coming forward because he's still waiting for Lukien. Dribbles that forward. Just taps it again. He's got Lukien behind him now, so this time he's allowed Araja in close, turns it away, shows too much to Araja. Araja says, thank you, don't play cat and mouse with me, because I'll come to you, and he comes forward with it, comes across the face of him, but it's going to be helped out there by Pinello. Pinello looking to come forward, gets blocked there by Lukien, and finally we get a whistle on that play. Beresford sitting, waiting, trying to get Lukien back onto the field. Lukien was just a little bit slower at changing. And in the meantime, Araja, no intimidation for the young man, just goes in and says thank you very much indeed. And he gets helped out by Polo, and Polo ends up getting blocked by Lukin, and we have a short penalty here now in favour of Habtoor. A little bit closer here for Polo, which I'm sure he's very happy about this time. Canters up to the ball nicely. Polo drives, shoots along the ground, through the goals it is, closing the gap it is to within half a goal. 5.5 it is now to Habtoor, but it's still 6 goals to UAE. So back to the middle of the field on the far side. Minute and 10 say on the clock. In the line out. Ball into play. Off the front of the line out it comes. Backhand there by Potolski. Nearly unseats himself, but first onto it is going to be Polo. Being chased there by Lukin. Turns, comes away. Lukin tries to come round in front of him here on this occasion. Going to have to yield off that now as we have Hareche going out there, but he fizzes that one out there to Araja. Araja takes the ball in the air, settles it, but just to be met there by Potolski. Takes it on the near side, but couldn't take it any further, but it's going to be Beresford. Comes in on the near side, backhand, the backhand. Up the field it comes. Lukin wanted to come onto it, but can't do so, and it's picked up here by Polo. Oh, he's quick, he's sharp. Polo tries to get on his near side, felt there's a man in front of him, caught in no man's land. He's that quick, he catches them out on the hop, does Polo. You see, he just whizzed around there to Polo, comes round onto it, and unfortunately Tommy Beresford just caught out in no man's land, nowhere to go unless he could just vaporise. But unfortunately that wasn't available to Tommy, and the ball just gets dropped down here for a penalty too. A 30-yard penalty here now in favour of Habtoor. Just a quick change of play, and there's nowhere to go. Just get caught in no man's land. So Beresford just picks his ball up. No, sorry, so it is Benja picks the play up here now for the short penalty. Circles round onto that one and straight through it is there for Polo. 6.5 goals it is now to Habtoor. 6 goals it is to the UAE in the dying seconds here of chucker number 3. So the two teams are sort of back to the middle of the field. Maybe we'll get this one in. Let's see. Umpire's just counting it down. Ball gets bowled into play. Off the back of the line out. Comes away with it there. Does Polo. In comes Lukin. Try and spoil it. Lukin steals it. Goes out. First onto it. There's Potolski. Fizzes that one up forward. The first hooter has gone. But first to surface onto this one here. Looks like it's going to be Hareche. But coming back on him and accelerating at the last minute. There's Beresford spoiling that play. And next onto this one here. It is going to be Potolski. Gets half hooked off out of it. And the next one onto that one. There's Lukin. But we get a whistle on the play. And now that there, ladies and gentlemen, I believe will end chucker number 3. As the umpires just unpick it. And see how we're going to be starting it off again here now. In chucker number 4. Jason Dixon just explaining. This is Matthias Robeni. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is chucker after they've just had a little bit of extended discussion prior to going into the half-time break. After chucker number 3, the score is 6.5 to Habtoor, 6 to the UAE. But how we start chucker number 4 will make all the difference. So, after a few messages and adverts from Polo Line, we will find out.
It's amazing. My first time here. I got invited, I think it was in November, and I never doubted to come, and very good first experience. To keep improving, I like to play mostly outside of Argentina, in England. I have my base there, and I focus everything there, but also I try to play in Argentina to keep improving, and yeah, that's the main thing. My relationship with my father and uncles is great. It's very natural because I started playing when I was young in the farm. We all played, my father, my uncles, my grandfather even. So I don't know, I never really think about it, but very natural, and yeah, I really like it. Depends the level. In England I normally play 18 goal, 15 goal, 12 goal. and this is 20, but I mean, I don't think it's quicker now here in 20 goal, but also in England is super competitive and there's not much of a difference. I mean, it's super competitive everywhere in England too, and to win everything. We want to win the 3 trophies. That's what we came for, so that will be a good season.
So welcome back to our Polo Line viewers. We're back online. And the two teams start to mount up and come back out onto the field. And we'll get chucker number 4 underway. But first, we'll have a few stats. We have a great view of the hotel here at Habtoor Polo Resort and Club. We have, of course, the score being 6.5 to 6. 3 field goals apiece. Throw-ins there, even Stevens. Fouls committed, even Stevens. It's 6 throw-ins, 6 fouls committed. Penalties, 3 from 4 and 3 from 3 from UAE. And no corners and no yellow cards. So the 2 players coming back out. We have the chucker by chucker. And after the first chucker, it was 1 goal to 1.5 to Habtoor, 3 to UAE. Habtoor 4.5, 5 after chucker number 2, and 6.5, 6 at the end of chucker number 3. Habtoor working their way back into this, but the power of the UAE just managing to keep them at bay. And so we'll see how we start off chucker number 4. 2 more chuckers of polo left here in our second game of play in the third day of the Silver Cup 2024. And the ball is placed down there for a penalty too, it looks like. So if we can clear the field, please, guys. You see the players just... There we have Luquin Monteverde in sight. The next one. There with Dad. Lucero with his father, Lucas. Billy in the background with Petit Lou. And, of course, Hasacroto. And just watch out. Remember this name here. Lucero Monteverde. Lucero will be the next one to come and thrill us all. And the ball being teed up there on the 30-yard line. And by Potowski. There with Luquin and also Tommy Beresford in the background. So when the field's cleared, we'll get this 4th chucker underway. And you can see on the replay there was a bit of a late ride-off coming in on that one there. So the players looking to get this one underway to get chucker number 4 up and running. And the ball's teed up on the 30-yard line. And it looks like it is going to be Tommy Beresford to take it for the UAE for an undefended penalty here now, circling around onto the play. Play is called. Beresford circling around here now. He drives, he shoots, he connects with that one well, and up go the flags. So it's now 7 goals. It is to UAE back out in the lead. It's going tick-tock either way. 1 minute it's Habtoor, the next minute is UAE into the lead. It's going to be 2 very exciting chuckers coming up here now. Can somebody dominate it, or are we going to be like this all the way to the end of chucker number 5? The 2 teams line up there on Matthias Maveni to get this ball bowled into play. Looking for a slight gap there. Ball gets bowled into play. Off the line out it comes for Araja. Near side backhand. Backhand comes out towards the side. First onto this one here is going to be Pinello. But with him there, of course, is Beresford. And he sends that one straight down there. Looking for Jaureche. But first to surface with it. Looks like it is going to be Luquin Monteverde. Luquin checks up, turns, avoids the hook there, comes forward once again, gets up past a couple of players there. There's Luquin goes with the big shot here this time. Couldn't quite show enough of that one, comes off the back of the pony. It's now left here for Pinello. Pinello knows that Beresford's going to be there, checks up, turns back inside him, looks to try and make the shot, and he sends that one up there for Mohammed. Mohammed waiting up there, perfectly positioned. Mohammed Habtoor going towards the goal. Luquin trying to hunt him down. Mohammed goes a little bit wide, goes with that next shot, but it looks like that ball's going to travel out over the back line. So it is now time for Beresford to bring it back into play for the UAE from the scoreboard end. Tommy taps it up here. Up comes Araja. Luquin out wide. Nobody's with him at the moment. Pinello being looked after there, but he goes over the top of that one there. Does Beresford, and he flicks it forward once more. Regains possession. He has his man there with him. Cuts it out into some open space here now. Reckons he's got the pony. Reckons he can go with it. They both cancel each other out, but reaches back an awful long way. The big ride-off comes in. The next shot comes in there by Beresford. And we get an uncharacteristic mistake there from Beresford. Has been capitalised on by Araja. He's relentless. You can see on the replay been ridden off, and possibly the mallet travelling through on the ride-off in the next shot. And so now we have another 30-yard penalty. A penalty 2 this time in favour of Habtoor for Benka Penelo. Benka teeing the ball up. So UAE retiring back behind the line, and Benka's going to just circle round up onto this one here. An undefended penalty. As I said, it's just going tick-tock all the way. Goes one way, then the next. Penelo. Up onto that one there, he drives, he shoots, but it's gone wide. It's gone wide. Out to the left-hand side, so Beresford sighs relief and goes forward once again to bring the ball into play. Beresford taps it forward here now. He's got players out on the run there. Sends this one out in behind the umpire. Potowski swoops onto that play here now. Beresford coming back to give him a bit of helping hand this time. Cuts out and towards the middle of the field and he sends this one forward. Looking there for made through Lukeen. Lukeen picks it up on the near side, but he gets met and ridden off there by Penelo beautifully. Penelo loses sight of it, but Beresford doesn't. Beresford's on the move here now. Beresford going towards goal. Araja's going back there with him. He goes to the man, goes to the near side. Couldn't quite get the shot he was looking for, but trying to clear it up here now is Penelo taking it away from the danger zone, but Lukeen's in there, causing pressure, causing trouble all the time. Lukeen working hard, but Penelo comes away with it here. Looks to send that one away, but Beresford gets the hook in and drags it forward, but as he does so, he sets it up there for Araja. Araja trying to come back onto it. Beresford rides him off, and he tries to steal that ball, and we get a whistle on the play. Araja thought that reckons he's got back to this one in time, and I think the umpires are in agreement with him. Good play there by Araja. And this is going to get moved up forward, up over the halfway line. Great defence there by Araja, spoiling the play of Beresford. And then once again, Penelo coming in to tidy up. And Lukeen was not going to let him go without him knowing it. And the ball's dropped down here for a penalty for us. 60-yard penalty here now for Habtoor and Benja Penelo. Penelo teeing this one up. UAE. Back 40 yards from the ball, looking to defend this one. Penelo looking to put this one clean over the top. Looks for a bit of a divot. He's just pulled it off the line. Maybe he's found a bit of raised ground there. So he can try and sky this ball and keep it nice and straight through the goals. Penelo circles round here now onto the play. Penelo strikes it, it's looking straight, but no, it's gone wide to the right-hand side. Out wide it goes, so the score remains the same. 6.5 it is to Habtoor and 7 goals to UAE. They're a little bit hemmed down at this end at the moment in this chukker, UAE, but it's Beresford brings it in once more, taps it the once this time, he gives that ball a ride, and off out it goes there, looking for Lukeen, trying to get onto it and steal that one away is Harechi, but Lukeen comes up with the spoils and turns around back in towards the middle of the field, looks to try and possibly come back onto his own play, but first onto this one here on that near side, and he just comes away with it there, lets him have the play, does Araja, but Lukeen onto this one here now. Lukeen straightens himself up towards goal, he knows he's got Penelo there with him, Penelo comes in, makes a spoiling play, pinches his pocket, sends the backhand, and he's unleashed Araja. UAE were committed, and Araja's away here now. Araja, a beautiful approach shot by Araja. He's got space, he's got time. He's been helped out and saved there by Penelo, and he just taps it once more, and through the goal it is. Araja out there in front, taking the Habtoor back out into lead again. 7.5 goals it is to Habtoor. 7 goals to the UAE. So Raja quickly changes pony, scurries back to the middle of the field. By Benny to line these two teams up. Just 3 minutes left here in chukker number 4. Itowski back on side. Bowls that ball into play. Gets stuck at the front of the line out. Mohammed looking for that one there. So is Beresford. Beresford tries to get hold of that one. Pinello has other ideas, but it gets flicked out forward, and it is now going to be Pitowski. Picks it up. Pitowski leaves it, sticks it inside there. Here now for Beresford. Beresford comes forward up onto that play. Looking for something on it. Oh, and Haureche just stops the play, but it's going to be Lukien to come back onto it and scoops that one away there from Haureche. Goes out into open territory over the far side of the field, looking for a little bit of space to try and run this one forward. He does, and he looks like he's going to come back inside there of Pinello. Beautifully mounted. It is Lukien. Great play by him. Checks up on that play nicely here now. In behind is Haureche. He has Beresford there, but it's going to be Haureche to come in there onto the play. But Beresford comes up with the spoils. Beresford going goal bound. Beresford comes off the back of the pony, and it's now going to be a backhand by Pinello, clearing the space. First onto this one here. Looks like it's going to be Haureche. Settles down onto it, and he sends a good strong driving shot up the field. Who's going to be first up onto this one here? Pitowski wants a bit of this one here. It does, and he cuts that one back out into the field, missing the ponies. Quickly onto that one there comes Haureche. Haureche up on the play. Haureche up on the move, up over the halfway line, but Pitowski's in there. Pitowski can't pick that one up. He's across him, and we get a whistle on the play. So, great play there by Juan Haureche. Pitowski wanted to have a little backhand at that one there, but found himself in a little bit of no man's land, unable to make a play and just impeding the oncoming player at pace. And the umpire's just having a word with Beresford. Beresford probably thought that Lukien had the line here, but he was coming from right to left onto the play in front of Haureche in the first place. He was quick, he was sharp, he was away. They were just a little slow on it, possibly the umpires believe. And the ball's dropped down here now for a 30-yard penalty in favour of Habtoor. Being teed up there by Pinello. Second game out here this afternoon for the young man. So, Pinello circling round up onto it here. Pinello canters in, he strikes, he shoots along the ground, the flag's aloft, and that's what he's looking for. 8.5 goals it is now to Habtoor. 7 goals to the UAE. So back to the middle of the field it is once more, and 1:40 on the clock it is left to play here in Chaka number 4. Back to the middle of the field it is. Umpire by Benny, waiting for players just to get on side. Bowls that ball into play. Front of the line out it is. Mather picks that one up forward. Leaves it now for Beresford. Beresford knows he's got Haureche behind him. He's got Araja in front. They're all working onto that play. Haureche is taken off out of it there by Pitowski and goes up forward for a pass. And it's now sent up here this time by Lukien. Lukien's pass goes as far as Pinello. Pinello turns and comes away. Therefore uses that ball and drills that one up forward. And have a guess who's at the front door once again. It's Araja. Goes with a long high draft shot. But unfortunately it looks like that one might just go wide. But it wasn't wide by much. He was pressurised, going at pace there. Lukien was putting the pressure on him. Just dropped the mallet down onto it, and the combined force and momentum taking that ball clean out over the back line and just missing the goal by approximately 2 yards, and it's going to be brought back into play for the UAE by Beresford. Beresford taps it up there to Araja. Drives this one up forward and out into some open space here now for Jacob Mather, but first onto this one here, looks like it's going to be Mohammed Habtoor. Mohammed goes with a little backhand, couldn't pick it up, and it's now going to be Pinello, near side, stick side, but quickly onto that one there is Lukien, and the ball flicks off out towards the side, and we get a whistle on the play as we have Pitowski establishing himself on that line. Let's see on the replay here now. And Pinello just coming around across the front of Pitowski. And this here now will result in a short penalty for a 30-yard penalty, possibly. No defence further back. So let's see what the umpires decide. They have the choice, a 30 or a 40. And so the ball's been dropped down here now for a 30-yard penalty in favour of UAE. Beresford just teeing this one up. 8.5 to 7 is the score. 18 seconds left on the clock here in Chaka number 4. Beresford circles round. Gets himself composed. Brings this beautiful pony round. He comes in, he strikes, he shoots along the ground and bobbles that one nicely through the goals. Does Beresford, taking it 8 goals to 8.5 it is in favour of Habtoor as the clock tick-tocks down. As UAE decide to retire straight back to their camp. Habtoor coming down. The hooter goes a little softly, but there it is. The hooter goes, and that there will end chukker number 4 with a score being 8.5 goals. It is to Habtoor and 8 goals to UAE. So there's half a goal difference in it again at the end of the chukker, but this time it is in favour of Habtoor. And then we'll be back with you after a few messages and adverts from Polo Line as the teams scurry to get themselves organised for chukker number 5. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from those viewing on Polo Line for our 5th and final chukker here this afternoon in our 3rd day of play. The second match of the day, it is in the Silver Cup. And just as we get nearly everybody together, we have Araja just going back to the pony lines there. Deciding he looks like he possibly wants a change of pony, or is it a change of mallet? Let us see. Yep, it looks like he is going to change pony. Possibly that pony is on, needing a little bit more warming up by the looks of the way he was riding it back to the pony lines. So the umpire's just needing him to get a move on. Yep, that pony's just been a little bit fresh, needs a bit more warming up, I think it is. Quite sure what the hold-up is here this time now. So, as Araja mounts back up again, we'll get this 5th chukker underway, and he's back on to his little favourite, little lovely grey pony. Little suppressor. So the two teams will line up here now to get chukker number 5 underway. To see who's going to come away with the spoils here today in our 3rd day of play in the Silver Cup 2024. Bye-bye, Benny. Those two teams up, bowls that ball into play. Middle line out. Flicked up forward there by Potowski, up there nicely for Beresford. Beresford comes away from his man on that one there as he allows players to go up forward, but they're being marked closely, marked hard. Goes to the driving shot and sends that one up there, trying to get up Potowski, but it looks like it's going to be Havrecci, but Potowski's coming back at him, comes round, looks to make the spoiling play, and he tries to cover that one as it goes out towards the back line, comes onto that one there, does Araja, now yields off and leaves it there for Pinello. Pinello cutting across nicely onto this one there is Havrecci, but he's been marked and comes in for the attacking play, back onto it, tries to get onto it, a little bit overcommitted there by Lukin, it allows Havrecci to get back in, but in behind him there is Araja. Araja sends that one out in towards the middle of the field there for Pinello, but he's been shadowed and marked well there by Beresford, goes with the one-time play and sends it up, looking for Mohammed, couldn't quite pick that one up as it fell a bit short, and Beresford's up onto this one here first. Beresford looks to make the turning play, and we get a whistle on that play as he's been hunted down there by Pinello. Shock and horror possibly on Beresford's face. You see he goes up onto it. Thought he had enough room and space to check up and turn and come back onto it, but Pinello, he's sharp, he's quick, and it looks like this one's going forward, and you can see Pinello, as I said in the first game, love his optimism. And it looks like this here. Well, we met halfway in between, and we'll end up with a 40-yard penalty. A 40-yard penalty it is for Habtoor. Just looking for a slightly used ball there as UAE retire back to their point lines as the ball's being teed up by Tommy Pinello. With him there is Havrecci. 40 yards, of course. It is defendable when the ball's been struck. Looking to defend this one, of course they will be UAE. Pinello looking to pop this one straight over the top here. So Pinello canters up to this one now. It's along the ground and it gets stopped there by Lukin. Flicks it up there for Beresford. Beresford on the attack here now. Goes himself. Lukin goes up the middle of the field but cutting across towards this side here now. Goes with a drilling shot up the middle of the field. Lukin on the near side. Couldn't quite get the shot he was looking for, but in comes Potowski and fizzes it up a little bit further forward. Back onto his own play comes Potowski. Potowski sends it forward once more, but it looks like it's Araj to come onto it. Gets his play spoilt there by Lukin. Potowski on the near side, and it goes dangerously close to that goal and gets through the goal, and through the goal it goes. Great defensive play there by Lukin from the back line. Beresford making the day and sending it forward there, and unfortunately unable to defend that one. Where Habtoor thought it had gone wide, but not to be. So ball back into play it is. Looking for it now. Has been left there for Araja. Araja sends it up here now for Pinello. Pinello flicks that one inside. Can he come back onto it? Evidently changed the line enough, but evidently not as the umpire whistle goes. So they've just gone here now to the third man, just to see if he'd changed the line enough or not for him to be able to come in between the two players or not. This is the question. So we've got a couple of plays going on here now. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ball's now being placed up here to the halfway line. And I believe a yellow card is possibly being handed out to Bencher. Bencher hitting the ball after The whistle had gone. So the ball being teed up there by Tommy Beresford. Beresford teeing this ball up. Circling around onto the play as Habtoor retire back. 9 goals is to UAE, 8.5 it is to Habtoor. Beresford. They all go scrambling up forward. He gives that ball a ride. He's lofted it. It's high. It's coming down on about just inside the 30. Where is it now? We're all looking for it, trying to get onto that one there, and it's Polo. Polo sends a backhand. First round onto it, but we get a whistle on the play. And we'll have a spot penalty here now. And you can see on this fantastic replay on this side here now as the player comes around in front of Polo. So we have a spot penalty, a penalty 5, in favour of Habtoor, to be brought in by Juan Jauretche. Juan taps it up forward here now. Juan gets up that one up to Ferry. Now he fizzes it out here now for Polo, trying to get onto this one first. There's Lukin, but Penelo's onto it. He's got Araja in behind. He's got Jauretche going up forward. You hear that call, and that ball gets fizzed up forward. Who's got the pace? Who's got the legs here now? And we have Jauretche, and we have Pitovsky coming onto it. It's a beautiful straight. Oh, he didn't quite get enough straight onto that, and shows too much of it to Beresford, who closes that back door once again. Picked up on the near side here, or tries to do so. Does Lukin, and Mather comes in and carries this forward. But we do get a whistle on the play. Umpires just discussing that one first, I think. We're looking for possibly a little bit of advantage. Let's see what we have on the replay here now. Comes in onto that one. And so, let's see what the umpires take out of this one there. Lukin just scurrying off just to go and use this opportunity to quickly go and change ponies. And the ball's being dropped down here now for a penalty 4. A 60-yard penalty in favour of Habtoor. Oh, see these replays once again. So the ball being teed up there by Jauretche and Polo. Let's see which one they want. They decide he wants the other one. Fix that one back out of the way here now. And it looks like it's going to be Juan Jauretche to take this one here now. Not Polo. 8.5 to 9 to score. 4 minutes 18 on the clock it is. He drives, he shoots, it's high, it looks straight, it looks straight, it looks very straight indeed. A beautiful goal there by Juan Jauretche, taking up the penalties there from Polo. Make it 9.5 to 9. So the two teams back to the middle of the field, and 4 minutes left to play here in the 5th and final chukker as Matthias looks to line these two teams up. Gets his pony in place, and there off we... Oh, we get a whistle on that play. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have a spot penalty here now in favour of Habtoor for a little bit of interference or non-compliance, as it were, in the line-out. So let's see who's going to be taking this one. It's Juan Jauretche to bring it in. Juan Jauretche circling around here now. 9.5 to 9 it is, 3:51 on the clock. An opportunity here now as Juan Jauretche comes forward up onto the play. He gives that ball a ride, and up over the front it comes. He's looking there for Araja. Araja's been taken off out of that one there by Beresford. Beresford opens up the backhand, first round up onto it. It is going to be Lukin. Lukin out towards the side, doing hard chase there by Polo. Checks up, looks to come back inside, does so. Sees he's got players gone up forward. This is a serious end of the day it is. He goes forward, he gets a little bit too much under that one there, and he can't get onto it, but Polo can. Polo, he knows he's got Pitovsky in there somewhere, loitering, lurking, comes in up onto the play. play, but Potowski comes in, ties that ride off perfectly. Piniello not happy with it, but unfortunately couldn't pick up the next play, but Beresford does, and he fizzes it up out the front door here now for Potowski. Potowski going goalward bound here now, carries that ball a little bit further forward. Once again, he's spoiled in his play there. Next two cancelling each other out, and it is going to be Piniello. He knows that Tommy's there somewhere, so he's looking for a little bit of help out, and Tommy comes in, looks to spoil it, but Piniello comes back onto it once more. Backhand in there by Potowski. Backhand back in towards the goal. It is there, but it's going to be Araja. Cuts it. Good angle now for Piniello to come onto. Sends it a bit further. Who's round on first? Gets going. It's Haurechi. Haurechi fishes that one out the front door here now for Mohamed Habtoor. Mohamed Habtoor being chased there by Potowski. Mohamed up over the halfway line. Mohamed once again gets a good driving shot. He's going to have to go back with him. It's Potowski, but does he leave his man? It's Mohamed Habtoor straightening it up here now. No, has he got enough to carry on? No, Potowski's got other ideas and spoils that one and takes it away from the goals. First onto it, Mohamed comes in, but it's stolen away there by Potowski on the near side. Saving the day once again does Federico von Potowski. Fede waits for his man, see who's behind him, takes it forward himself. He's got Lukin giving him protection. He comes up there by Haurechi. First up onto this one here is Mather. Mather comes in, gets hooked off out by Mohamed, and the backhand comes in by Piniello, but it's going to be Lukin. Intercepts that one. Lukin going goalward bound here now. 2 minutes on the clock it is. Lukin coming forward. He wants to make sure this one in behind him there is Piniello looking for something. He's going to try and manipulate something or find a little bit of space for himself. Goes with the next shot, and he does, and he cuts it, and it's gone wide. He looks to the heavens. 9.5 to Habtoor, 9 to the UAE, 1:35 on the clock, and play will be called for Haurechi to bring it into play, but his teammates are just about all off the field. Play is called. He taps it the once. Fede's there waiting for him. Comes under the neck with it, looking there for Piniello. Falls a bit short, but he manages to come onto it in front of Beresford. He goes with a one-time player, moves that one up the field here now, trying to get it up to Haurechi. Haurechi comes onto it. The ride off there by Araja on Lukin. Goes under the neck and fizzes it up. Beautiful play there between Habtoor players for Haurechi to come forward. He's dangerous going forward. Is one Haurechi, a perfect number 2 player, and he taps that one off the post and through the goal it goes for one Haurechi. Make it 10.5 goals to Habtoor, 9 goals to the UAE, and a minute left to play. Beautiful one-time play. What a great ride-off coming in onto Lukin there. Did Araja. Picked up the play and fizzed that one up to Juan Haurechi. He's dangerous going forward. He's a great player going forward, is Juan Haurechi. So the ball gets bowled into play out the back of the line now, looking for that. Beresford's bit of argy-bargy and just about takes Haurechi out. Wales the line. He goes up and puts the hand up and says sorry, but let's see what the umpires decide. And a yellow card has gone. And it looks like we're going to get a shorter penalty here now. It'll get moved up. Bit of over-exuberance in the riding there from Beresford. And the players looking to quickly go change ponies. It looks like it might be Haurechi. Possibly he'll be taking the penalty as Babeni's sorting the pony out. Doing a great job too. Might go back to Habtoor that one. So the ball here now is placed on the 30-yard line for a penalty too. In favour of Habtoor. Being teed up there by Piniello. Juan Haurechi looks like he's possibly going to take this one. 10.5 to 9 it is. In favour of Habtoor as Haurechi circles round, and we have players called. Comes up to it, drops that mallet down, and through the goals it is, making it 11.5 goals it is to Habtoor. 9 goals to the UAE. So the clock is getting close to the end of it, and UAE seem to have resigned themselves that they won't get enough time to score 3 goals, and the clock tick-tocks down, and the players congratulate and thank each other for a very, very entertaining afternoon of polo. I'd like to thank not just the players, the umpires, groundsmen, grooms, and everybody behind the scenes that make it possible for our spectacle here at Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club. And of course, to our sponsors, Insignia, Diamond Lease, PROW, Hildon Water, because without you, it would certainly not be possible, and our continued support from IFSA and Martin Peterson. So a very jubilant Habtoor leaving there now. So ladies, and put your hands together there for both teams this afternoon. Done a great job, so 2 fantastic games of polo. So a very jubilant camp indeed there is Habtoor. 3 straight wins. Mohammed being congratulated with the team, of course. Last but by no means least, or nearly last but no means least, Guillermo continue. Congratulations, Juan Harechi there. Played a cracking game out there this afternoon, Juan. And there's Bautista Bezagar with his arm in a cast. Unfortunately, his elbow being broken, and the polo manager here at Habtoor. Juan Cruz Guevara, Tommy Uriarchi, Tommy Panello. So a great game there indeed.
Guys, to the final!
And Andy giving. And now we'll just go quickly to chucker by chucker. You can see UAE started off strong with 1.5 goals, half goal, of course, to Habtoor on handicap. 3 to 1.5 it was, 4.5 to 5. Came close there, you see, and then again, they're just not managing to get any leeway on it. It became 6.5 to 6 with Habtoor into the lead going into half time. And also at the end of chucker number 4, they were winning by half a goal. And in the last chucker, it was 9 to 11.5 for Habtoor. Played amazingly well, great strong game by everybody concerned out there on the field. Doesn't really give the true, doesn't look like there was 3 goals difference really in that match, with Habtoor and UAE going 1 for 1 each way. Very close indeed, but Habtoor capitalizing on their opportunities. So, Mohammed Habtoor in a very jubilant camp indeed, and we can hear in the background the entertainment going on here at Al Habtoor Polo Resort and Club. And so Mohammed is there looking for a team photograph of the players, Bauti, Little Andy, and of course Guillermo Coutinho. And there it says it all. Some very smiley faces there. There's no words to be said, it says everything itself. So we'll go to some of the best goals here now. You see Harechi, that was a lovely pass up to him. He fizzed up forward and straight through the middle there. Lovely combination there between Juan and Panello. Benka played incredibly well indeed. And yet again, another one of those great goals from Araja. Gets himself out in position so well. He slips his man. And off the back of those line-outs, if you've got someone like Benka Panello, he ends up just doing so well. And gets it, see there, again he came off a line-out, but unfortunately, Dossi couldn't quite get to him in time, missed that first hook, and then there it is. Through the goals, it is a beautiful goal there by Araja. And here we go, Beresford. Beresford coming up here now. Beresford, once again, just flicks that one in, almost jousting with the ball and putting it through. And here once more, Araja. He finds acres of space for himself out there in front. And when he does, he's deadly. And here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just go to a few of the stats here now as we look out into the setting sun. We have 5 field goals by Habtoor, 4 by UAE, throw-ins. Very even Stevens, 8-9 it was. Fouls committed. It was even at half-time. It was 6 apiece, but now you see the difference in it. There are only 9 fouls by Habtoor, but 15 were given against the UAE. Penalties, 5 from 5. Good day for penalties there for the UAE. 5 from 9 opportunities for Habtoor. You saw Juan Hareche came in and took over the mantle and did a very good job at the end there for the last 2 penalties. 1 yellow card was dished out today for Habtoor, and in fact there was 2 yellow cards. We also had, right at the end there, we had Tommy Beresford also received one for the line out for the last play. So 2 great games of polo being played here in the Silver Cup this afternoon at Habtoor Polo Resort and Club in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. As we have a slightly hazy sun setting and our main sponsor there, Insignia. And so from myself, Adam Snowden and Polo Line, we wish you a very good evening and we hope you tune in again on Wednesday for our semi-finals. Thank you very much indeed.